But I realised it doesn't have to be that way. Right? The whole art comes from painting. I realised maybe there's an alternative. In fact, there is an alternative. And that alternative is shit art. Everything's fine, and it's starting to ruin my life. When I look in the mirror, I don't think, ugh, I think fair play, you're doing all right. And that sounds great. That's what so many of us wish we could be. Healthy and happy with good self-esteem and the choice to fall back on our honours degrees, but honestly, that stuff is a blockage to comedy prosperity. See, my writing is best when my life is a mess. I thrive in distress, but my nightly success is inviting the question of why at this festival do I have to be the guy who's so spitefully blessed? So now I look to the sky in distress to a God I don't maintain is actually there, and I beg that he lets me get fed to the dogs so that when I complain, people actually care. Stop making everything so right. I mean, this shit would be keeping me up at night if I didn't now have such a comfortable bed. I've tried counting sheep, but there's far more to see if I just count on my blessings instead. I want life to be harder and times to be tougher, but not so much I have to actually suffer. So tell me I'm adopted and my parents don't love me. Go back in time, make my father not hug me. Mug me. I've got a fucking iPhone 6. Put me in Florida when a cyclone hits. Give me something a bit less fun to talk about. Make me spend a night in a London walkabout. Without walking out. And here's what to do next. Get me invited into a group text. Send me swimming with school with a hardened Veruca. Get me a job as Clarkson's producer. Put me in a 50 Shades style palaver, but mess it up more, make my safe word harder. Put me in North Korean airspace till I'm a goner. Stand me on a staircase behind Madonna. Make me write a poem full of topical refs that by the time I get to Soho are forgotten events. And then update that poem to say refs are not references, because it's hard to rhyme references, except for with preferences. But right now I'm ticking the wrong boxes. So make me less appealing to Katie Hopkins. Make the people elected completely ignore me in favour of making the worst choices for me. Marginalise until I disengage. Say the youth are all stupid when I miss a day. But when I do protest, keep it too quiet to matter. Or call it a riot. Or deny that it happened. Abolish all sense of proper unity. Rename unpaid work to opportunity. Crush my only possible option with scaring tactics. The only property ladder I've got on goes to my parents' attic. I'm staring tragic in the face and it's staring back with malice in its eyes and the hair that matches. And although this clearly makes me feel hollow, weak and bitter, my biggest fear is that you unfollow me on Twitter. Thank you.